5 a.m. Cincinnati Airport. Been up since 3, getting breakfast at Starbucks. My flight was supposed to board at 5:30 because it was supposed to lift off at 6, but everything's gotten pushed back about a half hour, but it works out because it gives me time to eat. So the company I work for has a yearly conference and trade show that takes place in a different city every time. And this past year in 2017, it was in Miami. Now, I'd never been to Florida before, much less Miami. So to end up in South Beach for my first time was pretty cool, but make no mistake, there was a lot of work to be done. I spend about 12 to 14 hours a day running around getting stuff done, and my main job is video, taking video of interviews, educational sessions, and the major sports and entertainment venues that we tour. I won't include much of that footage here, and instead I'll link to it in the description of this video, but I wanted to show you some of the day-to-day. Plan. So from my window, if you look to, straight out is just, the other tower of the building, but over here, you get kind of a city view, but over to the left, you have an ocean view, which is very nice. All right, I gotta get unpacked and get to it very, very quickly. Let's rock and roll. Status update. I just got back from driving a car around the streets of South Beach for about 30 to 45 minutes because they handed it off from the last person to me, and then I handed it off to the next person so that we wouldn't have to get the valet to park it and then bring it back. This place, this part of town, the best way I can describe it to you, it's like a theme park. Like, the traffic is nuts out there. There's people everywhere. And it's almost like being in New York, in that there's all kinds of different people out and around everywhere. It's dense. The traffic is very stop and go. You get people doing weird stuff. There's some really beautiful things, some really cool architecture, and at the same time, there's some really seedy kind of things as well. And this ocean view, which I am thankful to have for my room, you can't see any of that. Like, you can't see the ocean when you're in town. When you're in town, it's just that. Like, lots of restaurants and clubs and convenience stores and stuff like that. So super interesting. The beach is here, but all of the beachfront property is obviously taken up by the nicer hotels. Thankfully, I'm in one. So definitely some beautiful stuff. Definitely some elements that remind me of places like New York, especially some of the people, and some of the temperament out here. But I gotta get down and get into the war room. The war room is our main room where we're putting together all of our stuff for the conference, and find out what my next task is. I believe I'm running on 2 hours of sleep, but I feel pretty good. Had a nice fish sandwich at a Cuban cafe down the street. Not Cuban, Peruvian. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Mom would not like the weather here. It is hot. Like, I'm sweating going outside. Hot. Hot. So yesterday we worked until about 10:30 at night. after getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Worked pretty much all day long. Never really got down to the beach. None of that. We had to run down the street to eat as fast as we could in the middle of the day, and then it was just nonstop all day long. This morning I've spent the morning getting my camera gear together. I got a couple different main shooting cameras, plus my little handy cam here for long form stuff. I've got my batteries, some tools here. Power cable for the little handy cam, and then in this little small side pack I've got my audio gear, my lapel mics, my audio adapters, some earbuds, some 1/8 inch extensions. So I think I'm just about good to go. I've got my shoulder rig set up, as you can see here. I've also got my LCD screen for when I want to really chase focus, and that's packed into my backpack here. Technically I'm working. I've been taking a lot of exterior shots with my camera. Got up today a little bit before 5:30. Filmed the party last night that went from 8 to 10. The sun is just now rising. It's about a little bit before 6:30, and you can see it's clear on the one side, and the storm front is moving up the coast to the north, getting ready for the show. You can see they're setting up. This is the entrance to the main trade show hall, which is there behind me.